Welcome back to Champion News Talk Radio, brought to you by championnews.net. This is Carol Parisi. Our founder, Jack Roser, and myself have Eric Odom and Norville Rose with us with Liberty News. And Norville, before the break, you were saying something, and this
I was making Jack mad, is what I was saying.
Well, but this is Jack's passion. This Xbox generation, this quick now generation, how do you message to them?
They're suckers.
But they're not suckers.
They're going to have to pay for all this foolishness.
Yes, but no, not ha ha ha, because eventually they don't understand, because first of all, by design, the school's low information, history's not taught the way it should be. How do you craft a message for young people?
I'll pass that one over to Eric.
Well,
okay.
I do have a quick thought on that.
Okay.
I believe the new progressive or classical liberal message is more attractive to that crowd. We just haven't figured out how to get them to listen. We want to be left alone and to not to be bothered, be able to go build our businesses and do as we please, try to become prosperous. The opposing side, the sort of regressives, if you will, want to spy on you when you're crossing a street, or take pictures of your license plate and keep a database on you. They want your money. They want to keep you down.
To redistribute.
Yeah, to redistribute. That the two sides, if you really kind of sit down, in fact, in Chicago, you can go into any restaurant, and the first minute you start talking politics, they think you're crazy. But 10 minutes later, yeah, I guess the system is corrupt, and yeah, we are paying too much taxes. So the key is to get them to listen. And if you look at the Obama campaign, they use Tumblr, they use all these viral, effective ways of communicating that message.
See?
What is Tumblr?
Something we do not use nearly often as enough.
What is Tumblr?
It's like a social blogging platform, but it's something that younger generations are moving from Facebook to.
My kid tells me all the time, we don't do Facebook anymore.
Tumblr.
Tumblr.
I've seen it.
It's just one of
it's the new spelling.
It's one of many examples. But the Obama campaign's website was built basically on a Tumblr format. See, we build these big, impressive bells and whistles websites.
Did you start Tumblr?
No, I wish I did. It just sold to Yahoo for $8 billion or something.
Would you be sitting here with us right now?
Yeah, well, in a much different coat, probably. Yes. But I think that we have an attractive message. We're just not getting their attention because we're not playing that information game.
And part, I think, of what you have to do is you have to go to where they are, which is exactly what Eric's saying. You got to go to Tumblr. You got to go to Pinterest. You got to go to Facebook. Folks, is becoming
the old people. No, I hear it all the time from my kids. It's for the old people.
It's for the old people who get on there and publish pictures of what they're about to eat or the operation they had yesterday. I feel bad today.
I like Facebook. I'm hearing Twitter. I'm hearing Twitter is.
Yeah, and even that's kind of being turned over. You have to go to where they are and then deliver the message that they need to hear. And they don't want to talk about politics. Did Obama talk about politics? No, he talked about culture. He talked about culture. He talked about social justice. All the things I remember from when I was in college, we called it something else. But now there are these hot button words.
He sounded like he owned all the good stuff,
that
but he
make you
did all the
stand up
bad
and pay
stuff.
attention.
What a liar that guy
He's constantly campaigning. He has not been connected yet to the governance that he's supposed to be exercising. He successfully, every day for them is an election.
He's a campaigner in chief.
He's a constant campaigner.
Yes.
Every day is an election, and they're pushing out the message on new platforms, and they detach it from politics. Politics is that old man's dirty game.
Yes.
Terrible dirty.
So they get into a culture war, and that's where they win it, which is what we are trying to do. Move the political discussion away from pure politics. Well, let me explain why this is right according to the Constitution, which is certainly important, but it's not how you reach this generation.
Do you ask questions of them to make thought-provoking
questions? No, you ask questions. You're the host of it.
No. Yes, I'm asking you questions. But my question is, in order to get them to think, and do you ask thought-provoking questions for what's in it for me? I mean, in sales, in the marketing and sales process, you have to identify what the hot buttons for people.
You got to start the conversation.
Right.
You got to find out what it is they want.
And we use the same tools and tactics to do that. For example, a video that we produced a few months ago. Hillary Clinton said, "What difference does it make?"
Benghazi,
When
right.
she was the Benghazi thing. So Norval turns this into a jingle with her dancing. He does some video magic with it, and over 200,000 people watch it. Well, it's very shareable, but that in and of itself, the video asks the question, "What difference does it make?" And then we also are able to kind of describe why it makes a difference.
How do you get their attention?
You've got to get
How do you get their attention?
And then you have to get them to share what you're doing to describe what it is you're trying to explain to them.
And to think that what you're saying is not, oh, that's so last year, or that's so last generation, or that is ancient history. It doesn't apply to me anymore.
Are you hitting them up before they're old enough to vote?
We are trying to hit anybody and everybody.
Okay.
We're using multiple tactics, but yeah, absolutely, the voters are a priority, and anyone who can vote would be on the agenda.
What about like the 16-year-olds? Because they're relatively influential within their own, and they're going to be voters in 2 years. So how do you, I mean, are these things pleasing to like a 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old?
Well, I think, and we've had discussions about different types of media that we can produce. There's a lot of channels out there now on YouTube that take cultural, top red meat news of the day, but then present it in more of an entertainment view. And at first thought, those of us who are serious about policy and our agenda look at that and say, well, really, I don't want to play that game.
That's beneath
But they've
us.
got 1 million subscribers to the YouTube channel. So they instantly will have 75,000 people watch the video within the first hour or two. So we can't look at that and say, well, they're taking a very serious issue and making it into an entertaining, social thing.
Edutainment or something
Yeah,
like that.
but we can't set that out. If we really want to see our agenda win in America, we've got to get in the trenches and play that game. And we can do it without vacating our principles or our beliefs. And that's kind of what we're after.
Yes.
Eric, how long were you in Illinois for?
I moved to Illinois in 2007, and I have escaped for the past 9 months, although I still have a place here in Illinois, but been out to Virginia where I proudly have a concealed carry permit and don't pay
He keeps reaching for
10.5%
his
sales
waist,
tax.
and there's nothing there. Yeah.
What do you think of Illinois in general? Besides it being a great state, land of Lincoln and Reagan, but
And Obama.
yeah, I know.
Just being factual. here.
The truth.
Facts
it is
matter.
The truth. Facts
Yes.
matter.
Yeah.
What do you think about Illinois politics, specifically the Madigan clan?
Illinois politics frightened me, but I came from Nevada where, you have $40,000 assembly races. So it's a much different animal. I tell you, I love Chicago. Some of the greatest people I know live in Illinois. There are some fantastic business successes in Illinois, numerous. Jack, you're one of them, but there are numerous across the state that are, that are part of the American story.
Not more before. They've been killing us.
Come on, Illinois was Schwinn bicycles. I mean, we had so much industry here that's bagged up and left.
I got out of Crook County because that really is organized to bother people in business. You're lucky if you don't own the building, or you're a little harder to get at, but they'll get at your landlord and you'll pay too much for your rental place in business. But if you actually own property, those guys got you by the short hairs and they'll make you scream. If you don't contribute to their crummy, illicit schemes, they'll make you wish the hell that
It's
you
a protection racket, basically.
Yes, it is.
And in a lot of cases, we find that that's an interesting overlay for what the government is all about these
protection
days.
racket.
It's
Yeah.
a protection racket.
Your grocery store selling bananas and nice things is going to be blown up at 4 o'clock someday if you don't give us $200
And part of the whole
now.
intimidation campaign, we were talking earlier, Carol,
They
about
don't actually get to blow up many of the fruit stores, but they have established a reputation for they damn well will.
well, they can blow it up through the IRS,
Yep, there
through
we
the
go.
EPA,
Yeah.
through the FDA,
Gas
and
prices.
a lot of
The
these
regulations,
a
they'll
lot
get
of
you.
these bureaucratic regulatory bodies are simply the enforcement arm of
The Democrat
well, fill in the
Party.
blank. Fill
The
in the blank.
regressive folks.
Well, if I could, on the Madigan thing, let me jump back to that for a moment. The one thing I found coming from Nevada to Illinois, and I think this is why a lot of conservative, liberal, classic liberal, however you want to put it, a lot of us are so frustrated, is that in Illinois we really feel, as activists, end user activists, we feel we don't have any control over the system. There's no ballot initiative. You can't put something on the ballot that the people can vote for. There's no recall. So if someone goes and commits fraud and all the other good things that are, in their view, the things that are happening now.
Even California has that.
Even California has recall, and it's proven effective. We don't have that here. And then you have this, the Madigan scenario where you've got all this teacher union money flowing in and basically controlling the whole system. Me as an end user, as a regular guy out in Illinois, has a real struggle being effective and seeing a way to change the system.
Yeah.
You know what? When we come back after the break, I want to hear some possible solutions on how we can change the system and what more problems are. We're going to come back. Stay with us. Don't go away. We'll be right back after the break.